Okay, now what I want you to do, since we just talked about place value blocks and how we can describe a certain number using place value blocks in different ways. So we're looking at number 3 on page 51. Okay, so let's go back to number 3. Number 3, first of all, let's read the directions, because if we don't read the directions, we're not going to know what to do, right? Number 3 says find a pattern to solve. So remember, we just talked about patterns. We talked about what can we notice about the problem and what can we notice about the numbers that is the same, and how can we predict the next number. Okay, so the question says Philip is putting 25 markers into a bag. He can put the markers in the bag as bundles of 10 or as single markers. What are all of the ways Philip can put the markers in the bag? So what they're saying is that they're starting with the number 25, right? He has 25 markers, okay? So as you can tell, I have a pack of markers. They're called metallic colored pens, but I think they're markers. I bought this and it has 8 markers in the box, okay? And what they're saying is that Philip can buy one of these, and one of these come in a pack of 10. This one, I'm sorry, in a pack of 10 markers. This pack comes with 8. Okay, mine comes with 8, but let's pretend it's a 10 pack, right? Let's just pretend it has 10 markers in it. So he can buy one because it's 10. So let's see. So he can buy one pack, which has 10 markers in it, right? Remember, there's 10 pieces in here. So 10, 20, 10, 20. What about 30? Can I do 30? Remember, he only has 25 and he wants to put 25 in a bag. Can I do 3 10s? 10, 20, 30? No, I can't, because 30 is too big. It's bigger than 25. So I know that I need my biggest 10 pieces I can put in there are 2 10s. 10, 20. But I need to get to 25. So that means I need some 1 pieces. So let's count up by ones now. So we got 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So that is one way to write the number 25. So let's put that in our chart. So on here, they have bundles of 10 and single markers. And bundles of 10 is pretty much just like the tens place. And the single markers is just like the ones place. So I put that as well on here. Single markers, again, is kind of like the ones place. So you can just put like a 1 if you want, if that makes more sense to you. And this is maybe the tens place. Remember, this is bundles of 10. So it's like a tens place, like place value, right? So again, my first number I'm going to put for the tens place is how many tens did we use for 25? Remember, we used 2. So I'm going to put 2 tens. And how many ones did we use again? 5. Okay, that is the first combination we can do. Now let's try another one. Okay, so we have 25 here. We have 2 10s and 5 ones. But remember, now what we can do is we want to take as many 10 pieces away as we possibly can. So we, at the end, want to make this 0, the tens place, and these guys need to be broken up and put into the ones place. But for now, let's just take away 1 10. So let's take away this 10, break it apart into 10 ones, and it's going to go over here as 10 ones. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oops, it's slipping. 7, 8, 9, 10. I believe that's 10. Okay. So that 10 piece that we had over here, we broke it into pieces, We put it over here, and now this guy goes over there, right? Because technically he's over here now. So we have, look at all my 10 pieces. Oh my goodness. So now we can put in our chart. How many ones do we have now? 1. Okay. And how many single ones do we have now? Remember, I don't know if you remember what I said about single, but if you want to remember what single means, it always means like just one. So like if, when you get older, you're married, that means you have you and your husband or your wife, right? So that means you and somebody else. But single means that you're not married or, you're by yourself. And so that means just you, just one. So we have, let's see, we have 10 here, remember, because this is the 10 that we broke apart into 10 ones. So 10 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we have 110 and 15 ones. Okay? But remember, the directions were find a pattern. So we can actually just stop using these, okay? Stop using our place value blocks and actually look at our data, our stuff, right? And figure out what the pattern is so we can answer the next box, okay? So we see that 2 goes into 1, so it looks like it's going down by 1s. So we have, let's pretend there's a 3 up here. 3, 2, 1, and then what? Some of you said 3. Some of you said 3 today. That goes down here, but that's not correct. We're going down, not up. So 2, 1, 0. Okay? 2, 1, 0. That's the pattern for the tens place, right? And if we look at the single markers, let's pretend there's a 0 here because there is a 0 there. So we have 5, we have 15, and now we have what? Well, every time we break apart a 10, it goes over here. So that means we get 10 more. So from here to here, that is plus 10. Okay? From here to here, which we don't really know yet what's over here, right? It is plus 10. So that would be 15 plus 10. But we can actually figure out the answer here just by looking at the pattern, okay? Let's erase that so you don't get confused. Okay, so let's look at the ones place in the single marker spot. We have a 5 here, a 5 here. So that means we probably will have a 5 for the ones place in the single markers. Now let's look at the tens place. We have 0, 1. What goes after 1? 2. Good job. And if we want to keep going, we can actually keep going. I mean, it would be -1, which doesn't make sense. But we know that if it's 0, 1, 2, it would be 3 next. And then 5, 5, 5, 5, which our number was 25, not 35. So that wouldn't make sense. But you see what I'm saying, right? The pattern of the 5s, we need to make sure that we follow that pattern. The patterns of the tens place over here, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're making patterns, guys. I told you this today that in math can be pretty difficult. There's really easy parts of math, but there's a lot of parts of math that you really have to focus and think about, okay? And I have 2 tricks of doing math and doing it successfully. One is drawing pictures. I love drawing pictures. Pictures really help me figure out my problem when I'm not sure what to do, okay? Second is make sure that you find patterns, okay? If you don't know what to do, but you look at the numbers and say, okay, what do they have in common? What's going on? Maybe there's a pattern and it can help you find the answer. All right, guys, I hope that made sense. I'm going to show you my face Hello. I really hope that made sense to you guys. I know that it was confusing for a lot of you, and so I really hope it helped. We're going to keep going over this, and pretty much this whole week we're going to go over it. So by the end of this week, you'll get a really good feeling of how patterns work in math and how they work with place value blocks. So I hope you guys have a good night. I'm at my house. It's nighttime. I hope you guys have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.